So let's take a moment to recap a little bit, because the mere story that is spoken of in the Bible, that researchers and genealogists and people that are like historians that looked for every nook and cranny a bit of evidence, and even those that have traveled over to that part of the world, focusing on just the crucifixion alone. Going back to what I said about building an army, because it's about ruling the world. And the thing is like, people don't understand, like, the world itself cannot be ruled. Like, this is the delusional perceptions of humans. The world cannot be ruled, because eventually you're going to become disconnected. And the world itself has a way of cleansing and healing. Okay? So if you look at like modern technology, it's a way to like keep tabs on everybody, to figure out what everybody's doing. Like I want to figure out how to market my product and to reach the right audience. Well, it's kind of like, using technology to kind of like filter out and listen in on conversations. Like, I mean, I've had this conversation with people, like, you can tell if you're being listened to, because all of a sudden what you were just talking about just pops up on your phone or on your internet search engines. But it's no different. Going back to, going through that process of, being crucified and carrying the cross, essentially knowing that, you're going to be nailed to it. Like, and I knew it. Like, I had no problems with it, because I understood the difference between my mortal flesh and my soul. I understood that my flesh, which the Bible tells you, is made of this mortal world. You know what I mean? Like, people don't understand, and they get so caught up in skin color. Well, that's a reflection of the soil. The more sunlight exposure the soil gets, the lighter to whiter it is. The less sunlight exposure it gets, the darker to black it is. People don't realize coal is soil. It tends to find itself underneath mountains that get no access to sunlight and no access to water. That's why the texture is the way that it is. But it doesn't mean it doesn't have a purpose other than to tear it apart, to put it in a pot of heat, if you will,